And it's been almost 4 months since South Carolina's historic October floods. And with the rain from this past week, those living along the Waccamaw River seem to get no relief. WMBF News reporter Shelbey Roberts shares how those people are getting by.
Recent rains continue to devastate families' homes and lives out here in Conway, and time will only tell when they'll be able to get their lives back in order. Yesterday, I walked through one neighborhood, and I'm just glad I had my rain boots on because some of the shallowest waters were shin deep. Areas that were once backyards had been completely devoured by the Waccamaw River to the point where I couldn't even tell where the river started and the grass ended. However, most of the residents have found ways to avoid getting swept up, and their answers don't actually involve moving. They say they elevate their homes about 10 to 12 feet off the ground with pilings or columns to minimize the potential damage the waters might bring. One man who lives along the river tells me that he and his neighbors are used to the disruption that severe weather brings their community, although they feel like they just can't catch a break.
It just hasn't had the opportunity to get out and drain really good before a large amount of rain starts coming in and pushes it back up. So they're busting at the seams.
I spoke with Randy Webster, the Horry County Emergency Management Director, and he says that at this point in time, Horry County is monitoring the river levels, but they are not calling in for any external resources. Reporting live in Conway, Shelbey Roberts for WMBF News.
And Shelby community in Conway has been hit yet again with heavy rains. Now they're working to protect their homes from the rising water levels that the Waccamaw River brings. WMBF News reporter Shelbey Roberts is there with reactions to that flooded area.
Sink or swim is the situation for many residents living here along the Waccamaw River. And for many of them, they're just looking to get their homes back intact. But it seems like they feel like they could be starting right back at square one. Now, this isn't the first time this community has been experiencing these creeping water levels. I spoke with one man, Maurice Stevens, who lived in this neighborhood for 8 years. Throughout that time, he said he's seen his fair share of floods, and that's given him and his neighbors time to learn what does and doesn't work when it comes to trying to save their property. Some residents have used their recovery periods to elevate their homes. Others are just hoping for the best with each heavy rainfall. But even with all of the extra work that's needed to take these precautions, Maurice tells me he plans to stay here for as long as possible.
People that live down here understand the risk and the rewards, because it's a great place to live. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
As far as what's being done, Horry County public safety officials have been patrolling the area. I actually just saw one come through a few moments ago, but they are making sure that the flooding isn't getting too extensive, and they've been closing roads as necessary. Reporting live in Conway, Shelbey Roberts for WMBF News.